Hello, I'm Miss Jackie Kennedy Onassis. You may recognize my name because I am most well known as President John F. Kennedy's wife and First Lady. But I was no ordinary First Lady, and my story starts long before that. I was born in Southampton, Long Island on July 28, 1929, as Jacqueline Lee Boiver to John Jack Vernew Boiver III and Janet Norton Lee. My father was a stockbroker and my mother was a noted horsewoman and trophy woman, so horseback riding has always been a passion of mine as well. I also have a wonderful younger sister, Caroline. When I was only 22 years old, I entered and won Vogue's Prix de Paris riding contest, where I was introduced to my famous husband, John. Because of this contest, I got a job as the inquiring camera girl for the Washington Times-Herald. Not long after, John and I were engaged on June 23, 1953, and married on September 12th, the same year, in Newport, Rhode Island. On November 27, 1957, I was blessed with a beautiful baby girl that I named Caroline after her aunt. 3 years of hard work later, my husband beat Richard Nixon in the presidential election, and we were blessed with another child, John F. Kennedy, Jr. The following year, on January 20, 1961, John was inaugurated as the 35th President of the United States, and I became the third youngest First Lady, proving once again that age is only a number, and that anyone of any age can achieve their dreams. Within a month, I announced the foundation of the Fine Arts Committee in order to develop plans to restore the White House to original condition. In late March, Lorraine Pierce was appointed the first curator of the White House at my request, whose job it was to study the art of the White House and keep it in its original state. Due to all of our hard work, Congress approved of a law that made the White House a national monument on September 21, 1961. Because of how passionate I am about the historical art and significance that the White House has, I hosted a televised tour of the White House on February 14, 1962, so that everyone can see just how important it truly is. I later received a special Emmy from the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. 6 days later, John H. Glenn, Jr. became the first American astronaut to orbit the Earth. On September 11th of the same year, I unveiled Edward Durrell's stone model for the proposed National Cultural Center to be built in Washington, D.C. On November 30th, my movie Jacqueline Kennedy's Asian Journey was released worldwide. One of the proudest moments of my life was when the Mona Lisa was exhibited in the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C., which was on January 8th, 1963. After he gives the most widely known speech in American history, I Have a Dream, John and I met with Martin Luther King, Jr. in the Oval Office. On November 22, 1963, the love of my life was assassinated in Dallas, Texas, but I only let that continue to motivate me to live up the legacy that he left behind. Me and my two amazing children picked up and went to New York City, where I met and married Aristotle Onassis in '68. In January of 1975, I became a part of the fight to save New York City's Grand Central Station from being demolished. In March, my second husband died. Yet again, it pushed me to work harder and not just wither away. At the wonderful age of 49, I began my true dream job of literary editor. After a lot of hard work, on November 20th, 1979, the John F. Kennedy Library and Museum was dedicated. I lived out the rest of my days doing what I loved, writing and riding horses.